It was weird. I almost made myself cry. I can make myself cry laugh. I want to punch myself when I make that noise. Why don't you punch me?
Oh, you flinched. You flinched at the thought. I didn't even move.
Let's talk to people about the police and run-ins.
Welcome to Go Mythical More. You know, with such a mythical crew, we're just bound to have some people with some silly run-ins with law enforcement. Usually, I don't know what these stories are, but I'm told the silly is more on your part than on the enforcement part. But let's discover it. Welcome to the show, Casey.
Now I will say,
Nimmer.
I will
And
say,
John. What's your last name?
Warder.
Yep.
I will say we do have. That's one of those things that as you were asking, you were saying Casey's full
committed.
name, you knew that you were going to say John and not know his last name.
It's all right.
If there was money involved,
We've gotten really used to it. It doesn't matter.
if you were paying me, I remember your last name.
Now,
You would.
I will say we have one crew member who has been
What's my last name?
arrested and spent some time
Sorry.
in jail. But we're not bringing them out. So there is one.
So I don't
I
know,
mean,
guys.
actually, prison. It wasn't jail. It was prison. It was a federal corrections facility. One of our crew members. But you're gonna have to just do background checks using one of those websites to figure that out.
Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves, John Warder says.
Still works.
Okay, who's going first?
Casey.
Casey
Casey.
Nimmer.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so when
Is
I was
Nimmer a verb?
pretty sure it's a noun. Being
Well,
a
I know
name.
it's a proper noun. It's your last name.
I don't think
It's not
What
Nim
would
her.
that
It's not Nim her.
be.
Well, I know that, but like, I'm gonna nimmer down this. It's like simmer down.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah,
that.
Okay.
you could. Sure.
It's like when
Yeah.
It's like when you do a very evocative rounding of a corner while whittling. It's called. I'm gonna nimmer it. I'm gonna nimmer the
It
edge.
probably is a verb in some
It was
discipline.
what I'm getting at was that it was probably a trade, not a trade. What's a blacksmith? What's the generalization for
apprentice,
not but like a
trade.
trade,
Trade.
a trade. Like I'm gonna go see the nimmer who's gonna fix my nim.
That's because all our last names came from that.
Thank
true.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, my ancestors McLaughlin on every day for a living.
Like cobblers.
Yeah, they McLaughlin.
Warders protect the Queen's jewels over in the UK.
That's
yeah,
cool.
See? Yeah.
Way to show me up. dude.
Rescued by John.
And of course, Kneeler's just kneel.
Yeah.
Yeah, kneels.
No, kneel is
You
actually
kneeled. You
but
knelt to other
the
people.
term knead, like kneading something, originated as the term kneel, and it's also used in metalworking. When you anneal something, is when you cool it quickly so it hardens it with the right material properties.
Yeah, annealed.
So kind of kneeling is the kneading of something that you are going to anneal.
And McLaughlin is the MC. The MC is just something that was added, but it was Laughlin, which is Laughlin, which was the court jester. So my ancestors were court jesters.
So Nimmer, you should look into that. But what's your run-in with the law?
All right. So in high school, 2 important facts about me: I was a total science nerd and a jock. These are relevant.
Wow. You were hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah. You know.
All 2 cylinders.
So I played soccer in high school, and I was heading to team dinner, and I was street racing one of my friends
In a what?
in a Honda CRV. Duh.
Oh, wow.
Don't street race,
1999.
kids.
Yeah, no,
Or
not
adults.
safe.
When Nitro?
I wish, but no, really, just like my old inherited car that couldn't make the turn that I wanted, so I hit a wall.
You couldn't nimmer quite like you
couldn't
wanted.
quite
You didn't nimmer the wall.
I didn't nimmer. I did shave the corner off.
You
I
shaved
hit.
the wall. You
Yeah.
nimmered the wall.
So I got in a car accident, and then my parents were very cool with it. It was fine. But you get a ticket when you get in a car accident.
You didn't get hurt.
I didn't get hurt. Nobody else was involved. I don't
But it was
recommend
still
street
not a good
racing,
idea.
But it was, yeah, it was fine.
No, it wasn't
Then-
fine. It was
well,
a mistake.
It was.
You shouldn't have.
No one got injured though, which is the big point.
Right.
Then that summer, I went to Hawaii to study marine biology, and while I was there, I missed my court date because I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
And so my mom called me and was like, when you get back, we're gonna have to take you to jail. And I was
jail?
like, what? She was like, yeah, no, it's gonna be fine, but you missed your court date, and they think you're trying to flee the country. They're very confused because I went to Hawaii, which is part of the United States.
It is still the country.
Right.
So, and then I had to like explain to them that I was on a science trip for school
Oh,
and
science.
was not actually
Nice
trying to
excuse.
flee the country.
Were there
And,
Cheerios involved, or what is it called? The stuff that is it meth is mistaken for
Spaghetti.
spaghettios.
Were there Cheerios involved? Let me see
All right,
where this is
I know
going.
you like cereal, but no.
on the brain.
So then they were like, okay, it's fine, we get it. You can reset your court date. And then that was for my first day of my junior year in high school, so I missed it. So I had another warrant out for my arrest. And I had to go again and be like, my bad, school. And they were like, really? You can only use this excuse so many times. Like, school can't be that important. But it was fine. I showed up in like a long white skirt and a pink button-up shirt and like braided pigtails to try to look as innocent
No.
as possible.
Do you have a picture of this?
My mom took one and I deleted it. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, really? I'm like, I'll and I had to pay a fine and everything worked out okay. But yeah, I had like 2 warrants for my arrest before I was 17
my goodness.
for being nerdy and going to school.
Well, don't miss your court date the next time. When is it now?
Well, we resolved it.
Okay.
Okay.
This was
It's
2
not
years
still
ago.
hanging out there.
Yeah, I just can't go back to Colorado.
Don't use us as the
Rough.
excuse.
Okay, but you're in the clear now.
Yeah, everything's good.
Because we didn't do a thorough background check on you. We did on. Some people who we have suspicions about. We do, but
It's because I wore the long skirt and the pink.
We went
and the
pretty
braids
deep
For your interview?
my interview.
with Feldman. Feldman, we went pretty deep. He's clean though. I mean,
John,
Believe it-
keeping the
believe it or
keeping the
not.
queen's jewels.
Yeah, guarding those jewels. So I was in college, good old college, rambunctious, right?
I like the way this is set up.
Playing that mafia or whatever that game is.
werewolves, man.
Werewolves.
Playing werewolves on the weekends.
So I was this was my freshman year
UT.
at UT, University of Texas, and I was in the Longhorn marching band. So
Flutist.
Drum.
I was a
Flautist.
trumpet,
Oh.
Oh,
Well,
3 vowels is all you need.
3 valves and a couple slides.
Yeah, that's a trombone.
Well, it's a trumpet.
So you got like incredible seats to all the games.
Yeah, it's my freshman year, got to go to the national championship, but this was in jeopardy because of this story.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Bring it back.
So,
Stay on
bring
task.
it. Well, I'm just saying. It's just,
Just, if you
oh,
want.
wow. Here we go.
Prove it. That's mine. Don't put your mouth on it. Don't put your mouth on it.
Oh,
Yeah, put your mouth on it.
I just did.
Just
Hold
joking.
on, I
I'm
want to
just
see what you
joking.
got.
I gave it to you.
Do you want to play it? Or?
Seriously, I want to see what you
Play
got.
I'll do the
something, bro.
scale.
Wait. You just gonna do a scale?
Yeah, just do a scale.
Play something funky.
Play
Please.
your song, your UT thing.
It's been a while.
It's rusty too. Isn't it?
Do this.
Welcome.
All right. Yeah. Now your
Still
turn.
got it.
Yeah.
Woo!
I play
Casey.
the drums.
All right, bang that on the table. Okay, John.
Well,
proceed.
so what some people don't know is that within Longhorn Band, I'm sure a lot of other college bands have this. There's universities within, so you got like fraternities, sororities, and there's also a few unofficial organizations, non-sanctioned, not recognized by the university.
Black market.
non-sanctioned.
Yeah, under the table.
Ouch.
And I was pledging for one of those non-sanctioned organizations. So whenever you're in an organization,
Is this a cult?
can't say.
Oh,
Does it
So
involve
keep that up to you
SpaghettiOs?
guys. It did involve SpaghettiOs.
skull and bones, huh?
So basically, they make you do a bunch of silly things to get into your organization, to be part of the crew. And one of the last things that they wanted us to do was go into the DKR Memorial Stadium, go on the 50-yard line, and take a picture on the logo, the Longhorn logo, which normally wouldn't be a
Of
problem.
you doing what?
Of us just taking a picture, like just
You're not
all of
taking
us
a
on
crap on it or something like
Not
that?
taking a crap
You don't
on
want to
it,
do
no.
that.
Were you
'cause
full
No.
of clothes?
You would do that at like A&M. That's where you take
Exactly.
crap.
Yes, we would have done that there. You know rivalries in college. You know the rivalries. So we that would have been totally fine because we're always practice on the fields, but they wanted us to do it at night when the lights are out. So they wanted us to break into the stadium. So it's the night before induction night. We're like, oh man, we got to get this going. We got to do this. So a big group of us, which are pledging, about 20 of us, go out to the stadium at 1 a.m, like most middle of the night stories do. And none of us really want to go in. So we basically elect two people. We nominate two people to go in. I don't want to say their names, so we'll say Lewis and Clark. They were like our explorers to go inside the stadium. So
Okay.
Lewis and Clark go in. And
But
kind
you
of
can't get credit for them taking a picture.
well, they were going to go in basically to see if we could get in.
They were scouts.
They were scouting it out.
Okay, got it.
So they were going in, and as we're just kind of waiting, a bike cop rolls by and
Oh,
sees just
the
this
worst.
like, yeah, they really are.
Yeah.
So they just see us just standing around and doesn't say anything. So like, man, this is not good. The two guys, Lewis and Clark, come out of the gate and basically tell us there's no way, like we couldn't find a way in. And as they're doing that bike cop, two other bike cops, and a police car come in, lights,
gosh.
the whole shebang come in, and make us sit on the curb. They separate Lewis and Clark and start asking those guys questions. And they're like, all right, what's going on? Come to find out, Clark wasn't the best guy to nominate. So Lewis did a great job, but Clark, in his bag, they're asking him questions. In his bag, he had spray paint in his bag. So it looked like we were getting ready to tag the place or like graffiti. But we were actually using the spray paint from earlier for like another one of those activities that we had to do.
When
to,
you like tagged a house.
tagging,
Yeah.
like tagging a wall.
well, we were like tagging cups, or like to
The library.
we were sure we were not doing anything illegal. So they asked the guy questions like, "Why do you have spray paint in your bag?" He's like, he doesn't want to like out anybody, so he says, "I'm in an art class." And the cop's like, "Okay, well, who's your professor?" No answer. What's your
Banksy.
unique number? I don't know. And so the cop's like, all right, if you lie to me, like, you're going to have to take you in. So finally he just says, I'm part of the Longhorn Band. So that right there got all of us in trouble because he basically said, my affiliation with the band is why I tried to break into your stadium.
Which wasn't true.
Which wasn't true. No, this was non-sanctioned thing, This was unorganized. So basically, word got to the athletic department. The athletic department lets us use their facilities. The athletic department got mad at the band directors, and we all got suspended from Longhorn Band.
What, permanently?
Well, for like 4 games, and then I got to get, and then our
I was
parents.
like, how are you still good on this?
I can still play it, but so yeah, like 4 or 5 games we got suspended. The first game I missed was OU versus Texas, which is like the huge Red River rivalry.
Yeah.
And so that was, it sucked because freshman year that's when you make all your friends and like you couldn't be hanging out.
So what lesson did you learn?
Don't nominate Clark,
Yeah.
I guess.
And listen,
That's it, John.
if you're gonna
That's
do
it.
something like that, you have to talk ahead of time about what the story is
Yeah.
if we get caught.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. You got to have the B story prepared. Mm-hmm. Now, don't take that advice. Don't use that. I'm just saying.
Write it down on index cards and give it to everybody.
No, you can't. The index cards are pretty incriminating. You got to if you get
Not if they're consistent.
stupid people in the group, get them out of the group. You don't want because they're gonna get caught anyway.
He's the kind of guy that you have a lot of fun with, but you'll get in trouble with.
Yeah.
He's like that guy.
right.
Mythical Beast, use your best judgment.
Stay out of trouble, guys.